Welcome to Time to Teach with Tammy, the podcast that gives tips, advice, and suggestions to teachers by a real teacher. So sit back and enjoy. And oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And we're back. Welcome to episode 99 of Time to Teach. Today's episode is entitled My New Schedule and How I Design It. And that is exactly what we're going to be talking about. Boy, these COVID days, I tell you, sometimes it's hard to really know what to put out. Even though I've been on a sporadic schedule for a while, I am even more sporadic right now because I don't know. I just think it's been a little bit harder and my work days have been longer. I think we're all experiencing that. Although I feel good. I feel like I've gotten into a nice routine and I don't really actually feel like things are as long as they were in the beginning of having to teach online. Oh boy, those days were very, very long. So now I'm more in a routine. I know what I'm doing, but everything takes so much longer. So really at the end of the day, I just want to be offline. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about what I'm doing with my schedule. So I know as I think about this, probably seems like such a boring topic, but I have been on a Bitmoji kick. Shout out to V from my school. She is a dear friend. She's also the assistant principal in her section. And she kind of got me into Bitmojis. So I have been using a Bitmoji and I've been adding it to my schedule and I'm just having so much fun with it. So that's what I want to talk about. So not necessarily at my school because each section does something a little different and it varies between ranges of grade levels. But I think my grade up to second is using Seesaw. That's what I understand it to be. And I'm posting everything in Seesaw. And that includes my schedule. So what I'm doing is I'm using Google Slides. And basically, I'm turning each slide into like a virtual classroom. This is because I've seen the hype on it. If you're on Facebook and you're in any type of teacher group, this has been all the rage because when you're a teacher, I guess these are the things that you do. And so I saw posts from different teachers posting their virtual classrooms. I'm not necessarily sure how they're using theirs, but I saw these posts and just thought they're the cutest thing ever. They use their Bitmoji and put it on a background that looks like a classroom, virtual classroom. So I looked into it and I'm using Google Slides to do it. So my first slide is always the schedule of the day. It will say the story time, which always is 9:00 in my class. So we have story time at 9. Then I post my office hours. I post all of our Zoom classes. I have classes going at the same time that my TA has classes going. I am doing reading groups on through Zoom, and she's doing writing groups. And so all of those things are posted on the first page. So there's not much excitement on that one. It's just, I think, looks like a virtual bulletin board. And then I'm on there, my Bitmoji with the date. So I'll say the date of the week and the date of the month and all that good stuff. So not too much going on there. And then the second slide, it just has all of our login information that they need. So frequently visited websites and all their login information. I didn't I only recently started to include that on our schedule, maybe the last couple of weeks. I don't remember. Just because I would once in a while still get emails from parents like, hey, can you give me the password for whatever again? So I just thought, you know what, let me make this easier for everyone, for them, for me. Let's just include it in our schedule. It's on our slide every day. If someone needs it, they know where to go. So I have it on there. And then by slide 3, that's where we're really getting into the fun stuff. Oh my goodness. So that's my reading workshop slide, and it on each slide I basically have me, and I have like a virtual whiteboard. I'll have some kind of furniture. It will either be like an image of an actual, like a real photograph, or a cartoon one. It's kind of nice because throughout the slides, everything's kind of a mix up between real photographs and then cartoon images. Makes it kind of fun. And then I'll just post their reading assignments on that first page. And then on my second slide, I have word work posted. So again, same idea. And the way I'm doing it is each slide, the classroom looks a little bit different because the idea is like, oh, it's a different section of the classroom. And of course, on my actual classroom, I don't have that many different sections in the classroom or gathering areas. I do have different areas in the classroom, of course, but not to the same degree that my virtual classroom would have one believe. It looks like a whole great, wonderful gathering area and section for each subject area. But yeah, it's quite fun. So again, the whiteboard in the word work section is there. And on the whiteboard, I have posted all of the word work activities for the week. And then from there, we go into the writing, same idea. That's the next slide. Writing workshop. Again, I post, there's a virtual whiteboard. The furniture has changed. It's meant to look like a totally different section in the classroom. And then what's been really fun for me is then on the next slide the next slide after that one is my social studies and science theme. That one has been really fun for me, especially this past week. We're on an animal unit. So like this week, of course, same thing. Nothing's changed. Virtual whiteboard, assignments posted. But the fun part of that slide this past week is that it has shown me on a different animal each week. So the first day I was on a camel. The next day I was on a zebra. Then I was on, oh my goodness, I cannot remember. What was I on? Camel, a zebra. Oh, an elephant was the first day. Sorry, that's what it was. An elephant, camel, zebra. And then the last day, because we only do new assignments 4 days a week. So on Friday, I was on a whale. So it's just fun, silly, I know, but during these COVID times, probably all times for me, but especially during these COVID times, it's like, this has brought so much fun and excitement to my life. I just love it. And I change my Bitmoji's outfit every day, so they see it very different. So it's just totally fun. And then after the science and social studies, I will post the next slide will be for activities class, and they're in charge of their own assignment. So I'm basically just posting the link on mine, but it's fun. It's been fun. Depending on what the activity is, I like recreate that kind of classroom. So if it's art, I make it look like I'm in an art studio. I might be sitting at the easel and I might be making this great masterpiece. For PE, I'm in the gym. I'm doing some kind of sports, something fun like that. And sometimes I try to actually incorporate pictures from my school. I had to email the librarian and ask her for pictures of our library because #priorities, got to get the virtual classroom looking good. And then always after that is my very last slide. It's kind of a slide that's like to say, oh, you did such a great job. I'll see you tomorrow. So that's fun too, because that gets changed. Once that slide was like me on the street of our school, obviously leaving. I have my purse with me. Oh, and every slide I have my coffee. My kids know that I love my coffee, so I include that in every slide. So that was really fun. They liked to see me, my little Bitmoji there at the school, and I say they did because I got a couple of kids. Well, let me back up a little bit. Many of the students will submit this in Seesaw almost like an assignment at the end of the day, and they kind of put a check mark next to the assignment. So when we initially started e-learning, I gave them the schedule, and I almost got rid of it, but they said they wanted to keep it. So I'm like, okay, we can keep the schedule. But I told them as an option, they can submit it and then just check off the activities. And a lot of them like that. They just like the organization, the accountability. Not everyone does it, but I would say at least a good third of my class, possibly more. I haven't like actually counted it and, really done hard data on it. But when I go into the calendar feature and look at the submissions and go into the assignments to see it, I think that I'm pretty accurate when I say it's a good third of my class. And I'm sure that varies day to day, but I think that's a good estimate. Yeah, so it's really fun. And then on Friday's goodbye slide, I had me at the beach because it's Friday. So of course, Friday going to get away, not anytime soon, but just in my virtual life. So that's it. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback. I really forgot one new slide that I just added, I think this week. Yeah, this week was my first week, and I don't want to not mention it. I've started to include like a wall of fame. So each day I pre-asked for permission from my students first. But I'm including like star work or wow work. So it looks like it's a virtual bulletin board and with stars on it, and it basically has the different criteria that I'm looking for. Like, I produce neat and legible work. I don't know. I have four points. I care about my work, things like that, things that are important. Um, so anyway, I've decided I would start doing that because some of their work is really great and I want to showcase it. I want to show it off. I think it can also be motivating. I will say that since I did that, I seem to be getting even more Seesaw submissions. So I think it's working. But I want to show off their wonderful work because some of these, I mean, not even some, like they're all working so hard, but some of the work is just amazing, and I just want others to see. I just want to show it off, and I want them to feel good. I want them to feel proud of their work. They totally deserve it. So having that slide in my schedule has been so good, and I know the parents like it. I've had a few who put a little heart on that slide when they submit it, or put a little, oh, thank you, something like that. So it's really nice. Really nice to get that feedback. So that's kind of how I know it's been well received, because I've gotten a few parents who have actually commented on it. So that's basically it. I wish I could do more of a tutorial, but I feel like doing this audio wise would not be very conducive. The way I learned how to do it is I just basically read through the posts. There's so many, I think, YouTube tutorials right now. But really, I'll just tell you a few fun features and quick features. If you're thinking to do something like this, in Google Slides, you can change the background. So there's, when you're on the slide, there's something on top that says background. You just hit that, and you can look for basically anything. So like when I was wanting to make my beach background, that looking like I was at the beach, I obviously looked at beach. Now, if you're looking to make it a classroom or that you're in a building, what you would probably want to look for, what I've been looking for and was advised to look for, is wall and floor background. And then it looks like a wall and floor, and then you can start putting furniture. when you go to look for furniture or anything, you need to look for transparent. That's the key, people. Transparent, and then the object that you're looking for. That way you get just the object. You don't have to get whatever background. Now, sometimes you're not going to find what you want through, let's say, Google search. So you may have to go on the web and search. And if you see something that you want to use that has a background, there's a fantastic free site that I was introduced to called remove.bg. And you can upload the image in there and it will remove the background. And then you just use it. And it's amazing because it has allowed me to pretty much put whatever I want. It's so great. So I'm so glad that I figured out how to do this because my life has gotten pretty exciting. Yeah, that's where I am in my life. My life is my virtual life now. You know what? I don't even feel bad about it. I don't know that I would ever feel bad about it, but especially during COVID times, I kind of feel like we kind of need to just get through this and find those things that make us happy. And this is actually for a really good cause because this is for my students. So I can feel really good about what I'm doing. Also, I feel like I have learned so much through this. I mean, I think when we're maybe not teaching digitally anymore, I still want to use these kind of features. I might, I don't know how I'll use it, but I'm kind of thinking maybe newsletters. I don't know. I can still use it. It can still be fun. But yeah, so I think, we just have to find those things that are bringing us happiness and helping us get through. And if it's a virtual classroom, then so be it. Last couple of tidbits. So, what you will also want to do when you're done, you have your slides the way you want them. Make sure you go to File, Publish to Web. At least this is true for when you're posting it in Seesaw. I guess I'm not quite sure about anything else and how else you would use that, but that's what I do. And then I also download it as a PDF. So when I go to upload it in Seesaw, I post the live webpage and then I also post the PDF so that the PDF helps because they can actually check off the boxes, the live link, obviously, so they can view the live link. Oh, and one last super important thing that I forgot to tell you is that on activities that require like an external link, they're going somewhere, I just have a picture of what the assignment is and I embed the link. So as they look at the schedule, all they have to do is click on the picture and it takes them there. So it's fantastic. So that is it, you guys. That's all I wanted to share. It's just a little bit about my schedule. I don't think I'm going to do wins and fails this time. I think we're getting through COVID. That's a win. Let's leave it at that. I don't think we need to do anything beyond that. But that's it. That's going to be a wrap. Thank you guys. And I will continue to update you guys on what's happening and I don't know, share what I know. I'd love to hear from you guys if there's something really fun and exciting that you have figured out or any tips that you have. I would love to hear from you. The best way to reach me is on Twitter. I love Twitter. I'm there all the time. My Twitter handle is at TammyJ123. That is at TAMIJ123. Until next time.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Before you go, don't forget you can catch our show notes online at www.timetoteach.libsyn. That's libsyn.com. We're also on Facebook at Time to Teach. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group, Teachers for Effective Curriculum. And if you're an educator with your own podcast show, I invite you to join our brand new Facebook group, Teachers Who Podcast. Let's grow a community where we can network, problem solve, and discuss anything and everything podcast related. I'll see you there.